All right, so here's the thing. Now follow me. I got a pretty good headache working right now. Sam Bennett is out, so Anton Lundell is taking his spot. Now, usually when I get these bad migraines, I have to take medication to help get rid of the migraines, and I get irritable. Now, a lot of people have been complaining about Lundell on Twitter. Now, the last time I had a bad migraine and had to take medication and got irritable and saw people complaining about Lundell on Twitter, I came in here and spoke the Matthew Tkachuk trade into existence. So, if Lundell doesn't have a good night tonight, and after the game I go to Twitter and I get irritated, who would you like me to trade for now?
We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime! We're hanging overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, that was terrible. All right, that was good. That hurt my head. Ow. All right, let's go. Let's get things together here, Panthers. We've got the Red Wings tonight. The whole freaking pregame is just talking about the injuries, basically. So Rodriguez was out. He missed practice with a minor thing. He's in. So you've got Barkov with Reinhart and Rodriguez. Lundell slots in for Bennett next to Verhaeghe and Tkachuk. And then the third line gets set into the washing machine and comes out as Stenlund with Luosterainen and Cousins. Is that correct? That doesn't sound correct because the fourth... Yes, I think that's correct. That's the third line because the fourth line is Lorentz with Lockwood and Lomberg. I think that's... It's been so many different variations, I can't remember. What I do know is that when Maurice said Semeskovich and Sordif were not going to play fourth line minutes, he apparently meant it. So that's the one thing he's actually keeping to when he says. Defense looks like we've heard, we know OEL is okay, so the defense is going to be intact. The Wings have been better than people thought they were going to be. They lost a couple of games, but I think they won the other night. It's a tough situation in hockey because when you start talking about playoff spots and points behind and all that, 10 games in, 15 games in, people will tell you it's too early. And then you hear statistics like teams that are more than 4 points out of the playoffs on November 1st miss the playoffs like 88% of the time, something like that. So the point being is we're right there in a spot, but this is a big 4-point game. I mean, I know it's early on, but this would do a lot for our confidence, or it could do a lot for Detroit's confidence, because I can guarantee you that none of these teams are saying, well, the Panthers have injuries, so it doesn't really count that we just beat the Eastern Conference champions. Nobody is thinking that. Detroit wants to get this game. We already blew a point in Boston the other night. We've got a tough game coming up Saturday night against the Blackhawks. I can't believe I'm saying that it's a tough game against the Blackhawks, but that's the way it is in hockey, man. These teams, they've got good structures. They're not going to be bad for forever. So we got to find a way to get 2 points out of this one because you don't know what's going to happen in Chicago. Now we got Bubba in net tonight. I'm going to assume we're going to see Stolars on Saturday, but no guarantees. You never know with Maurice. Now, final thing here is very, very simple. It's real easy, guys. This wood, you can't see it, but there's a wood shelf here. Please, stay healthy. All right, so there's no score after one, and that period, that was Stu's period. If you that was Stu's period. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde both showed up in the same period. We played the first half of the first period. Shots were 9-0. We looked fantastic. And we were getting goalied by James Reimer. Then the second half, shots are now, I think, 9-6. Detroit looks a little bit better. Bubba's had to make some good saves. All I know about this team is I don't know anything about this team. And what I mean by that is that even on the nights when we look halfway decent, how can I put this? I don't see chemistry out there, like a little bit. Like even the times when we win and we score and we play good, it still just kind of looks like a bunch of guys that met at the park and decided to play a street hockey game and they've never known each other. And I'm not even saying that to complain. It's just, I don't know if this is because they're not familiar with each other or if they're really familiar with each other and this is just Maurice's system, which basically just looks like ass. But somehow every once in a while we win a couple of games. Can't quite figure it out. We don't look bad. We don't look good. We don't look like anything. It's undefinable. That's the word I'm looking for. There's guys on the ice with skates. They're playing hockey. But if you ask me what kind of hockey, I would just have to scratch my bald head and say, I don't know. Let's move on to the second period. All right, so 1-0 Panthers after one on the greasiest of greasy goals that you shall ever see. Lorentz comes down with about a minute left in the period, and he shoots it, and I think Reimer gets it partially with his glove, and then it hits the crossbar, and it bounces back, and it drops down, and it's behind Reimer, but not over the line, and then the Detroit defenseman kind of comes in and bumps into Reimer at the same time, and Reimer closes his legs behind him, and he knocks the puck into the net, and we get a goal, and it's 1-0, and we will take it now because it's just the power play. The last recap, I said we'll take the power play, we'll put it over here and talk about it later, and then I didn't talk about it later. I've been talking a lot about this on the podcast, Monday through Friday. Members and Patreon supporters, only $3 a month. Links are in the description. Been talking about this a lot with the power play in the terms of what's the common denominator, because it hasn't mattered the players, the coaches, etc. It's been asked for a long time. There's one common denominator, and he wears number 16. And if you watch it, he just moves the puck so slow. And it's not just him, but he's kind of the guy setting the tone, and he moves the puck so slow. And then Larsson's getting it up top. And the only thing Larsson is doing near the blue line is distributing the puck. What did I say last period about Montour and taking shots? Or I think I said that on the stream. Sometimes I get confused because I talk a lot about things on the podcast and I forget if I've said them there or here. But we're not getting any points from the blue line, and Larsson is getting that puck on the power play at the blue line, not taking any shots, passing the puck around. Nobody's in front of the net, creating traffic for rebounds, etc., etc. It's bad. It's just bad pee-pee is what it basically is. It's very bad, stinky ass pee-pee. That's what it is. But we got to lead. Let's just finish this off, Panthers, and get the hell out of town with 2 points. All right. 2 big, nice points. Big, fat bacon burger points. That's what with the cheese, with the melted. What you do is you've got the bacon burger, right? And you've put your fresh onions on top, and then you remember that you only have the chunk sharp cheddar cheese, so you have to chop some of that up, and it's like the big long slabs, and it only kind of halfway melts, so it's still a little bit cold, but the ends are juicy and dripping off the burger with extra mayo. That's the 2 points we just got. Oh, I'm hungry now. Oh boy, nobody Nobody could have thought we were going to come into Detroit tonight and shut them out. Bubba steals Barkov's thunder. Bubba gets the shutout on the night that Barkov becomes the all-time leader in games played for the Florida Panthers. So, a couple of games ago, not the Boston game, but the one previous to that, I was talking about how I don't care how it looks. I still don't care how it looks. It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. You get the greasiest goal of all time from Steven Lorentz, and then Lundell from a sharp angle after having gotten stoned by Reimer at least once. Lundell had a really good game tonight. He gets the empty netter to give us the insurance goal. We win 2-0. I'll take it. Absolutely. You get Boston, you get Detroit on the road with no Bennett, no Montour, no Ekblad. Rodriguez is a little bit dinged up, and you go in there and get 3 of those 4 points. And I know we kind of maybe could have got 4 points out of it, but I'm not even gonna go there. We were 0-2, and since then we've gone 5-1-1. So if that's what we're gonna do without Bennett, Ekblad, and Montour, these guys have the Maurice system down to absolute perfection. And what I'm really loving now, and let's be honest, we're able to play this way because Bob is playing. He's not playing like God mode like he was in the playoffs, but he's playing really, really well. Okay, but these guys have this Maurice system down. What I was trying to say is that we're not really having to be physical. We're not having to be physical. We're out skating teams, we're out working them, and we're outsmarting teams, okay? Everybody is making the right play and the right pass at the right time, with a couple of minor exceptions offensively. Mahura still gets the puck at the blue line and gets a little bit tentative. And I was just curious if Oliver Ekman-Larsson ever plans on taking a shot on the power play. Those are really the only two even minor complaints that I can give right now, because everybody, including Kulikov, they're just, excuse me, they're just doing their job, right? They're just doing their job defensively and figuring a goal or two are going to come. And Bob is playing close to lights out. He was obviously lights out tonight. And it's working. And I think it's kind of working a little bit better than we could have thought, especially when you add in the fact that Bennett is out. And we're in good shape. We've got some games coming up here against some teams that we should beat. All right, now I'm not overlooking the Blackhawks, but we got them twice. We should win. We should be getting points in those games. We've got the Sharks coming up again. Points. We've got opportunities here with this schedule. I talked about this in the season preview, how the first 20 games, not exactly murderer's row, and we would have an opportunity to get some points and some games missing our guys. It's good. It's good. This is good. All right? We look... I'm not going to say we look better than we did in the playoffs, because that would be... I got a fluffy hair in my mouth. That would be crazy. That's not what I'm saying. But in the playoffs, we were dependent upon God mode Bob and beating the crap out of other teams, which in turn beats the crap out of us. Right now, we are simply outworking teams and outsmarting them, but we're not giving big hits, and we're really not taking any big hits, except for they keep running into Bubba, right? But past that, this is the best I think we could have asked for in terms of the style that they're playing. I mean, like when you watch a game like tonight, I'm not saying this to be critical, but I mean, I don't even know if Kachuk broke a sweat. You know what I mean? They're just out there doing their job. And what happens when everybody is doing their job is that nobody's doing anything stupid. And if nobody's doing anything stupid, you're not having to expend a ton of energy chasing the puck and chasing the puck and chasing the puck, because the puck is usually where it's supposed to be unless you get the odd bounce, right? So, and you can't complain about the PK. Can't complain about that. You can take the power play, and we'll talk about that. But the penalty kill, I think they had five penalties. I think at least one of them was short, though, like a little 30-second thing after we got evened up on a 4-on-4. But you go down the line, you can tell Rodriguez is a little bit dinged. Maurice said he's got a little something. He doesn't look as quick and involved as he was. He's still playing fine. Barkov was really involved tonight. He made a ridiculous walking of like 2 or 3 defensemen and then couldn't get a shot off. Lundell, Tkachuk, and Verhaeghe is better than Luosterainen with Bennett and Tkachuk and Verhaeghe. Not dissing on Luosterainen because I like him, but Lundell looked good enough tonight. He's not Sam Bennett because totally different players. But I think as they play, all right, you know, they've had 2 full games together, that line. Chucky got his first goal, and now Lundell got his first goal. And I know it was an empty net, but it was still off of hard work from Chucky to get the puck to Lundell, and we'll take it. It's all important. Third line did what it's supposed to do, which is basically on a night like tonight, pretend you're not a fourth line, which was Stenlund, Lomberg, and Cousins. And then the fourth line, like, nobody's doing anything stupid. They're all doing their job, and we're allowing how many goals a game, right? We gave up 2 to Boston in regulation. I don't count overtime in the sense of how the defense is, because it's 3-on-3. It's not, your team's not out there. But in terms of in regulation, we gave up 2 to Boston and none to Detroit. And what more do you want? What more could you possibly want? I know we want more goals, but I'd rather win a game like this, basically 1-0, and have to play that tight style the whole game because we only got 1 goal, than to get up 2-0 early on the team like we did against Boston and then kind of relax into it. And whoopsies, we kind of frittered away a point there. So defensively, I mean, they all look fine, right? You know, like I said, Mahura, when Ekblad and Montour come back, I think Mahura and Belinskis are the guys off the ice. Unless something changes, I think, although I still believe in Josh Mahura, and I think he's got a good upside, considering who you'd be pairing him with, I think he's better off. We're better off with Mikkola and Kulikov being the bottom pair. I hate to do that to Mahura because he played well for us last year, but I mean Mikkola especially, you're not taking him off the ice. And Kulikov has been playing well. He's been playing better than Mahura in my opinion. So, but nobody's playing bad, and that's the last thing, right? There's nobody that you go, well, maybe this guy. No, even the role players, Lockwood, I mean, he's out there. Nobody's scoring goals, but nobody is being a liability either. It's just good, solid, boring hockey. It's the Paul Maurice Wet Dream Tour. That's what we have so far this season. So no complaints at all. All right. For the members, Patreon supporters, the review with Stu will be live at 7:30 tomorrow morning instead of 8. Stu's got something he's got to do, so it's going to be a little bit of a truncated thing. Be 7:30, 8 o'clock. So that's what we'll have to do, and then I'll have the podcast, by the normal time. Podcast probably be out a little bit earlier because I promised Kyle get to the gym. I promised my fat ass I would get to the gym too. So, and I promised the dogs the river too. Don't forget that. I got to take them to the. It's gonna be 30 degrees. I got to take them to the river tomorrow. Because if I don't, they get mad at me, and then they Fluffy will lay there and whine at me. It's he's spoiled. I don't know how he got that way. So, well then what else we got? Then we got Saturday. We got the game Saturday night and Sunday. Kyle and I, which by the way, Couple things here. Stream was great tonight. Huge thanks to everybody who came out. Lots of super chats tonight. I'm terrible at self-promotion. Okay? I'm never gonna come on here and ask for money. I'm always gonna say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. But this is how we earn a living. So I really appreciate the super chats tonight and the stream, because it's how we earn a living. I don't know how else to say it. So we got the game Saturday night. Now, if you enjoy this channel but don't really have money to support it, that's fine, because I don't have money to support it either. If you want to help, I have another channel, Flying Fluffy Football. I don't care if you never watch. I don't care if you never play. I don't care if you hate football. But if you could subscribe to the channel, I could get that channel monetized, because we live stream the Dolphin games and other football games. And I got people asking me, hey, can we give you super chats? But they can't, because I'm not monetized. So if you like to support the channel that way, that's something easy you can do. The links are in the description to that channel. It's Flying Fluffy Football. I'm at like 346 subscribers. When I get to 500, I can at least take super chats on the live streams that we do. And that next stream will be Sunday morning at 9:30 in the morning. We stream all the Dolphin games. And then Monday night, we got hockey as well. Oh, tomorrow night, I'm totally forgetting. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock on this channel. Florida Panthers fans have their say. The first stream that we're doing, that is a stream where I'll be there, Stu will be there, Kyle will be there. I'm not sure if Nick's going to be able to be there, because I don't know if he's working or not. True, you let me know. And then I give you guys the link, and then you come on and you're guests on the stream. So we're going to do that tomorrow. We'll start at 7, and however long it lasts, however long you guys are hanging out, we'll do it that way. So, all right, Panthers get a big, that bacon cheeseburger. It sounds good. It does sound good. We had ice cream, so we need the bacon cheeseburger now to go after the ice cream. You know what I'm saying? 2 points.